This video will show you how to replace the driver's side temperature control blend door actuator on a Chrysler Town Country. This will be located inside of the driver's side dash. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. Now this blend door actuator will be located inside under the dash along the driver's side here, but it's easiest to gain access if we start removing this panel here. To remove this panel, we're going to start along this side panel first. We're going to find that there's one piece of hardware. We'll make our way under. There's two more pieces of hardware and we can remove this. Now to remove this plastic panel, typically it's a good idea to use a plastic trim tool so you don't cause any damage, but it's always going to be a tight fit. It can be a little difficult to gain access. If that's the case, we can use a small pocket screwdriver. Once we get this to start breaking free, we're going to switch to the next tool. Plastic trim tool there. We'll just start prying this out. Now we're rolling it out of position. We can see all of our locking tabs making their way around. We'll set this aside. That exposes our 1 T20 torque screw. After removing that one, we're coming down along this area for the next two. Looking under here, we have one of our T20 torque screws. The next one's all the way over above our brake pedal. So we'll just take hold of this panel. You're gonna have to give it a little tug. It does have some locking tabs holding it in position. Just a quick inspection of that, we can set it aside. With that plastic panel out of the way, we can start removing this metal panel next. This is held in place with 4 T20 screws, and you also have 2 alignment tabs. You'll have 1 alignment tab on the passenger side of the panel, 1 on the driver's side. Let's start removing all of these screws and we can remove that panel. At this point, since we do have those alignment tabs, we're going to lift up on this panel and slide it out of place. Now at this point, we have a clear view of our blend door actuator right in this area here. Now of course you will have an electrical connector up along the top. Sometimes you'll find that these have a red locking tab. This one doesn't, but if you did, you just want to go ahead and pry it up and out of position. Once you have that up and out of position, there's a secondary locking tab right where I'm pressing with my pick. You'd want to press that in and lift up on that electrical connector and just pull that out of place. Of course, a quick inspection for corrosion. As you can tell, this looks good. Let's continue on to our 2 T20 torque screws holding this in place now. You're going to find you have one down here at the bottom and one up along the top diagonally from the first. Now the top is a little harder to gain access to. I'll start there. Okay, so that's loose. Let's go ahead and remove that. There's our first mounting bolt. Now let's start removing the next piece of hardware. Keep in mind, this is the last thing holding this in place. As far as removing this one, there's a little less space to try to get into with my large ratchet, so I'm still using the same T20 Torx. I'm just switching to a manual ratchet. We'll take hold of that actuator, give it a wiggle, and slide it out of place. There it is, friend. Prior to installing any part, of course, we want to make sure we inspect the mounting area. We can see the 2 areas where our mounting bolts would be, and then in the center is where the center shaft of our actuator would slide into. Just make sure there's no damage. This looks good, so let's get ready for installation of our driver's side temperature control actuator. When we get this in position, we're attempting to align the center shaft, and then we can pivot this as necessary, align our mounting bolt ports as well. Once you line it up and press it in, and it looks like it's flush, just continue on with your 2 mounting bolts. As far as those mounting bolts, we're going to start in each of the 2. After that, we can snug them up, but keep in mind you are only screwing into plastic. We don't want to cause any damage. Let's take hold of the actuator. We'll just make sure it's secured in place. That should not move around in any way. Let's continue on to the electrical connector. As far as that's concerned, line it up, press it down, listen for a click. There's our audible click, a light tug. Now if you did still have the red locking tab, typically it would be right up here, you just press it in until it's flush with all the rest, and then of course just double check. One last quick inspection while we're still in this area, and we can prepare to reinstall each one of our panels. Now when we go to bring our metal panel into place, you're going to find that we have the mounting bolt ports up along the top. Just below the mounting bolt ports, you're going to have rectangular ports for each one of our locating tabs. So let's get this plate in place. Assuming you have it set in there properly, it should hold in place while we continue on to each of our 4 mounting bolts. 2 along the top, 2 along the bottom. Now all 4 of the bolts are in place. Let's go ahead and snug them up. After securing the metal panel, it's time for the plastic protective panel. When we go to install that, you remember there were several locking tabs. As we look up along the top, you can see the ports for each one of the locking tabs across the top. As we make our way down, you're going to have more ports, and then of course you have the mounting screw ports as well down along the bottom. Let's line this up. We're going to press it forward, ensuring each one of our locking tabs are in place, and then continue on to our 2 mounting bolts down along the bottom. One mounting screw here. Next one all the way over towards the passenger side under here. Double check, make sure that's properly secured in place. Let's make our way towards the side for our next mounting bolt and then insert that side panel. That mounting screw will go right in this area here, holding the panel in place. When we go to install the side panel, you'll remember that there was locking tabs on this. Looking at our dash, you can see exactly where they press into. So we're going to come in at an angle. We'll slide it behind that seal. Align our locking tab areas, and then press it in until it's fully secured. Double check to make sure it's seated and behind the seal. Okay friend, we finished our installation. Now the next thing you want to do is put the key in the on position and test the functionality. You're going to be using your temperature control switch. Aside from that, thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.